are playing some more Balatro tonight because I didn't want to play more Battle Network 5. That game is exhausting. I think I've made that quite clear at this point. Let me see what sounds like fun to play here. Right now, I've unlocked everything except for one of the legendary Jokers, which is just a pure RNG fest getting those, so perhaps it's understandable. I've beaten White Stake with every deck. I've gotten a little further with a couple of the others. Would you like to continue anyway? Jeez. Yeah, see, I got the Erratic deck. I actually beat that on White Stake earlier today because I was spending a lot of time trying to fish for, well, a deck that was fun with this. Because, yeah, all ranks and suits in deck are randomized. Yeah. A lot of fun. Sometimes you'll get decks that are conducive to 5 of a kind, and then just absolutely suck all the rest of the time. In fact, I think that's pretty common with this. So, yeah, at the very least, though, we've done something with it. Let's do some more plasma deck bullshit, because this is always something that is conducive to some funny bullshit. Now, this first blind, I mean, it'll probably be worth like $3 because we can probably one-shot this, but also it's that or take the uncommon Joker, which, I mean, the uncommon Joker does sound pretty good, so, oh yeah, your green-white runs are going up tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, geez,
He'll conquer the world with his tools.
That's a lot louder than I was expecting.
Is that the name for Scratch and Grounder now? Or is that an insult to all tools everywhere?
What was I going to say here, aside from when I got interrupted by Irene's daily 100 bits? Thank you for that, and thank you, JJ, for the, they're champagne bottles. I was like, those are some very weird-looking fireworks. No, because it's just their neck heads. And yeah, I saw you beat Yellow Deck on White Stake today. That was pretty fun to watch. So yeah, I'm going to skip this blind and we're going to take that uncommon Joker chance. And, well, we won't know until we get anywhere in here. And I'd say I haven't listened to Tool in years, but actually, yeah, because I'm pretty sure the most recent Tool album did actually come out several years ago. Yeah, so early flushes to get fast points on these, that seems like it's fine. Ooh, Burglar. Yeah, we'll take Burglar, as I pronounce the word in a very funny way. At least I thought it was awful. We'll take Riff Raff also for some fun. Oh, that's pretty good. I mean, I don't hate it anyway. I do kind of hate that this is the hand that came up against the club. Come on, game. Don't be a jerk. Or do. I mean, what do I look like, your mother? Don't answer that. Jokes here about VTuber future. Ooh, a holographic Midas Mask. Yeah, it can. I don't think I realized either, but hey, I'll take it. Let's take the Celestial pack and not get a hallucination bonus. Darn. All of these are kind of a little bit terrible, but hey, at the very least, buffing high card means that when we're using our hands as discards, we'll get more points slowly. I'm gonna take Midas Mask on the off chance that we start getting into the silliness that is Midas Mask, Vampire, Pareidolia. That is not going to be a combination we're going to see in any meaningful capacity, but on the other hand, yeah, and by the way, I'm sure Riff Raff is going to run out of usefulness very soon, don't worry. Like, this is not particularly high value, but it is basically free money, so... Oh, that's nice. Dump that. I'm not trusting straights to ever show up, really, in this hand. Write your own jokes. I do want the Pluto, but I also want the Spectral Pack, and I'm not ready to give up Riff Raff yet, or even Steven, or Burglar for that matter. Let's take the Spectral Pack. I think that might have a better chance of doing some funny stuff. We got Deja Vu, Trance, Ouija if we want to kind of irritate ourselves a little bit with that -1 hand size. I mean, okay, 7-card hand is acceptable. Add negative effect to a Joker would probably be the better one versus Ouija in this case. But I'm really just thinking I'm going to trance like my 2 of diamonds or something. Because farming up planet cards is always something I like to do. If anyone has any opinion on the matter, I mean, feel free to say whatever, and I'll just be like, actually, that is slightly correct, but... Slightly correct? What a phrase. You usually consider ectoplasm worth it. Yeah, fair enough. We'll it's a pretty high value thing. I mean, we'll get 2 cards from Riff Raff is the entire thing here. With that. Meanwhile, Trance, I mean, obviously the chances are like, because, you know, full-size deck still, but long run, I think that gives us a little bit more. So I think I'm going to go for it and probably regret that very, very soon. Greedy Joker. However, I think we're going to just one-shot this hand pretty quickly and be like, wait a second. Yeah. I could have just sold that right away, but... Let's check the Arcana pack here. Arcana pack. Pardon me. $16. That seems pretty good if we don't want to commit hard to playing diamonds. And to be fair, this one is probably going to get sold for the like... Oh, it's worth $2. Ooh, fancy, fancy. Yeah, I'm probably just going to hand that over for some money for... and take the Temperance. Yeah, let's take the cash. I mean, flipping the 2 Jokers and 1 more would actually be a good choice if I was going to aim for a single suit. But I'm feeling like this run doesn't have a distinctive enough identity yet in that regard. Let's take Hone and go into the Hook. The Faceless Joker. Well, that's actually just straight up worthless to us. We're going to throw that right out. Discard. We can't do that. Although we can let this discard for us, and somehow it didn't fuck us as badly as I was expecting it to. That'll do. Turn some more cards gold. Ooh, yeah, we are in a good position cash-wise. I'm not going to buy the Abstract Joker, even though that's okay. I mean, plus 15 in a slot with no requirements is decent. And it could potentially be even more later, but it won't. Knowing me. I'm taking the high card. Again, we're in Robble territory, so that's probably the one that we're going to end up doing the most out of those. Same with this. We'll take a pair. And continue Sly Joker. Now, that's pretty decent. What's our numbers look like for a flush? Yeah, I mean, I like that, but I think I like this more. And again, just gold more of our cards slowly. The egg. That's a little too early for that. I'd take the drunkard if I had real space for it. I kind of don't. Yeah, we fool for that, because, I mean, we still try to play flushes, like, all the time. Sell the Sly Joker. Ooh, a Square Joker. Now that is timed incredibly poorly, because the Psychic is the boss blind here. Well, we'll try to put it to some use. And get us some permanent boosts. Well, you say that. I did say that, like, my first few times I was so into this that I was just, like, thinking about it while I slept. So it did sort of give me a Tetris effect a little bit, actually. Yeah, it's not choice, we'll say that. It's not such a good option. I think I'm just gonna end up selling it and going like, oh yeah, okay, whatever, I don't get my perma scaling off of a thing that's a real pain in the ass to do it with. Yeah, alright. Anything a little better for Psychic? Oh hey, look, Sly Joker again. Didn't we just see that guy, like, 2 minutes ago? We'll do this, because, you know what, give me the bonus. Make this easier, just in case. Oh, hi, straight flush. I love it when that just happens to me. Downsizing Ridley for Smash Brothers? No. Now you're being silly. Yeah, I know, just now, right? Alright, Spectral Pack, show me something fun. Oh, Incantation and Ectoplasm. Well, we're definitely taking the Ectoplasm. Goodbye, Sly Joker. And yeah, we're -1 hand size, but we got the... Did we get the grabber earlier? I think we're at, like, +1 hand size anyway. Yeah, Splash would be quite nice. Yeah, you know what? Why not? Instead of me sitting here trying to take a chance on Riff Raff giving me something that's good. Oh, superposition. Oh, fuck you. Boy, I was waiting for it to just make me eat my words, and then it's just like, hey, yeah, you want something that you never do? Oh, I probably could have done it there, actually, yeah, but I was too committed to something else. Legitimately, I think that's part of why I don't do it, is because I don't have a good, like, site for it either. I just completely don't think about it. And to be fair, it crops up so rarely. Let's take that one pair. Yeah, let's sell that before I embarrass myself further with it. Ooh, Chaos the Clown. Time to not throw that dude out until we get to the next shop. Yeah, we're in no condition to be like, hey, yeah, superposition. I think we got a flush here. Yeah, there we go. Splash will give us... Yeah, Splash is giving us some good mileage, because that's boosting our chips pretty significantly on all of our dump-looking hands. Ooh. See, I want a wheel, but the $19 is pretty good. Oh, I wish I could copy that two of diamonds. Oh well. Yeah, you know what? You're on to me. I gotta do it. Oh, well, that was unexpected. It actually worked. I am shocked. Get out of here, Chaos the Clown. You helped me out a surprising amount as well. And here we are up against the plants, but I'm not that concerned about that. Oh no, some of my cards are debuffed. Well, I'm glad I didn't get Paradolia yet. Ooh, that's like half my... That looks a little bit scary. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I swear it's okay. Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that, Irene, and I seem to recall people being a little bit salty about the whole ordeal there. But I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just misremembering because it's the internet. I just assume everybody is salty as shit at all times, basically. Alright, so let's turn the 3 of spades into a 2 of diamonds. No, let's turn the 5 of diamonds into a 2 of diamonds. I swear there's a reason why I'm doing this. It's because I have access to a spade flush there. Oh, right. That hangman is taking up a little bit of space. Ooh, Jolly Joker. Plus alt if the hand contains a pair. Sell that bull. I really got to think about these ones. We're earning decent cash, so the bull I think is actually a great choice here. Oh, you. Thank you, Roundy. I'm gonna sell the riffraff, and we're going to take the Jolly Joker, and we're gonna crack this thing open, and oh dear God, what do we have? I don't want to do with any of these. Well, I want to aura something, I think. I don't know what I should king? Oh wait, no, I can do something. I can do something humorous with Deja Vu. Because I can put it onto one of the gold cards. I don't think I've ever properly shown this off before, but yes, if you have a red seal on something that sits in your hand, it will retrigger in your hand. It's a pity it's not a steel card, but we'll take it anyway. Let's play as 3 of a kind. Yeah, I have seen that happen. I believe I did it once in order to get to a max hand size of 5. That I like ectoplasmed twice and took Stuntman. Or did something stupid like that, because you need to do that in order to get the enhanced version of Paintbrush. And yeah, playing that is kind of not a good time. Oh god, I couldn't possibly have been doing both those and Stuntman, but I have definitely seen that in action, and it's painful. I mean, I think I like... No, this is more total numbers. It sounds real stupid to put it that way, but listen. Alright, let's wheel, and nope. Classic. Gotta have it in there, because I just got noped. Ooh, I could convert something with death, and we could possibly really screw up our deck, really. I mean, the only thing that could get hit by is the bull, and it got turned foil. Good enough. I mean, really, our jokers are pulling so much more weight than the rest of me here. I like how both of those hands were worth about the same amount of points. The plasma deck is really funny. Right, Arcana pack. Do we have any? We've got the goods in here. We've got a steel card maker. We'll do that to the blue one because we want to keep that in our hand anyway. So. One where Wheel of Fortune always says yes. Yeah. Trust me, it'll never happen again. Now, this is a terrible place to be playing a burglar run because, yeah. Somebody's a bit of a jerk around here. And I think that somebody is the fish. Well, I guess we'll just keep playing these hands that are very similar to each other, really. It all works out about the same in the end. You're new to this game and have no idea what's going on. That's perfectly fine. How are you doing this evening? It does tend to be a game that is a little bit hard to slot into. Hello, Arna. Glad to hear you're doing all right. Oh yeah, everything is all the same suits right now. I mean, we like to play flushes. We'll take the world. Surprisingly affordable. Wait. This, I don't think, is quite going to give us a winning hand, but we are going to activate the Jolly Joker, so that's going to give us a little extra multiply. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, I think that you will definitely like it on that basis. And again, a lot of it is grounded in poker hands. That's a very simple thing in, you know, standard playing cards. Several very basic things of trading card games that I think are just very easy to slot into. I've given this whole thing before about roguelikes and how a lot of them are aiming for this very simple gameplay loop. And I think that this kind of gets it being the heart of like the simplest possible one on some levels, aside from all the complexity. Wait. That sounds really unhelpful of a description. I'm sorry. It started out like it was making sense and then it just stopped. This happens to me all the time, actually, but yeah, so a lot of these like very basic ideas of these basic poker hands, again, it's things that people know. Everybody has seen a deck of playing cards in their lives, pretty much. So at the very like basis of things, it does have like one of the simplest core type of gameplay loops that you can get into it until you start decorating it with all the other silly stuff. Oh God, was it? I wasn't even paying attention. I was too busy. I was too busy talking. Ah, jeez. It's all right. It happens. Yeah, so we're investing quite heavily into spades. Diamonds would be our next strongest suit. But... Okay, well then. Confusion reduced. Yeah, thankfully we're quite early still, realistically. See, I could strength a few things. They're not getting turned into face cards, which would not get us more gold cards, unfortunately. The tarot cards are basically one-off consumables. They alter your cards in some way. So, for example, strength over here lets us select 2 cards, and if we used it, they would get bumped up in rank once. So, for example, this 9 would become a 10 of clubs. This would become a 9 of hearts. Or we can select this and we can turn 3 of our cards into diamonds, which is tempting, but we'll take a look over here and you can see that we have the most spades out of our, yeah, we don't have a ton of face cards left. I was gonna say, in fact, wait, are we short an ace? That's weird. No, it just turned into a spade. So Midas can probably get replaced with something else. But I think for the time being, I'm going to bump these up to 6s. Is that what I want to do? There's no kings here to turn straight into aces, so... In that case, what I like to do is when I have multiple card modifying effects, for example, as with strength, yeah, then I like to get things that buff multiple of the same up to a point to basically try to create more consistency. You think Midas is probably out when something better comes along? Yeah, that's fair enough. We'll just have to wait and see for when that shows up. For now, we're going to do this and possibly regret it very shortly. Honestly, I think the green Joker is a fair choice because, hey, no discards. We have Burglar. And yet I bought that Wasteful voucher at one point, probably after I had Burglar. Well, let it never be said that I always make good decisions. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for it. Might be a little preemptive. We might ache a little bit for a couple rounds, but I think we'll be able to pull this off. That's that. No, that weakens it. Okay, so we're playing all high cards this time. These aren't quite what I'm looking for. Yeah, especially not targeting clubs. That's not one of our decent suits right now. I'll pick up Magic Trick just in case something nice comes along. I do like just having those. Just in case. It's fine if we play. Oh wow, yeah, 2 pairs way down there. Eesh. Ah, nothing to do with those. Take those planet cards, and they're actually both quite good. Anything nice in here? Well, we got a Jupiter. We still play plenty of flushes. In between all the high cards and everything else. Yeah, I mean, that's a quite strong hand, really. Something for which Splash doesn't even need to come into effect. But, oh yeah, so I haven't bought the Mime at any point. I am tempted because we have a decent chunk of gold cards in the deck, and in the long run that will boost up the bowl. But I think at this point we might be a little bit deep into things to really think about the long run that much. I mean, Green Joker is just going to keep getting better, but even Steven is a little hit and miss. That would be where the substitution would happen. Splash obviously would stay, because that's just real good with what we're doing here. Obviously, we're not going to dump a Polychrome. Not without, yeah. And Green Joker will ramp itself up reasonably well. What a horrible noise, huh? I'm gonna give it a shot. This might end up ruining our run, but let's go for it. If we die, we die. We will at least be able to say, hey, well, we tried. Oh, also, it should double our blue seal, and it will double our steel effect too. So that's potentially quite huge, actually. I'm going to leave that because that's a face card, so it's very likely to be a gold card, which means that if we come out of this one alive, we stand to make dizzying amounts of money and just massively buff the bowl. Yeah, look at that. Oh. This actually does feel like the right choice now. And a chariot to sit in our hand? Woo, boy. Yes, please. And sure, we'll buy the illusion. Let's just go all in on all of this nonsense. Buff 2 pair. Spectral pack? Yeah, it's worth checking the spectral pack. Not exactly what I'm looking for. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I would in fact greatly prefer to have another seal effect in our thing here. So I think I'm actually going to skip this, believe it or not. Yeah, we'll skip it. I may come to regret that later, but we're doing okay. Yeah, sure. We'll skip that. And here we go. Do that. I don't think this is going to be a one-shot, but I'll do that anyway. Yeah, definitely not. Oh well. It was worth a try, however. Yeah, the mime is doing shockingly good work here. Oh wow, I can't believe that somebody is trying to tell me to cheap out on viewers. Harsh. I'll take the ramen. It's a negative. Alright, let's check our booster packs. We can get 20 bucks. Or we can make another steel card. I mean, 20 bucks is a bunch more for the bowl, but... Yeah, you're right. This is going to be real good, especially because everything is going to get scored. Now that you mention it, yeah, that's pretty solid, actually. Alright, we'll Emperor here, and hey, free money, free planets. And by that I mean not completely free, but not terribly expensive either. And yeah, we're gonna world these, even that guy, because we may need to use that at some point. Oh, who's disabled? Oh well. Could be worse. Oh hey, look. Disabling the card that no longer does anything. Solid. We actually are getting like we got some really good stuff here. Looks like you weren't bluffing. I was come on, Jimbo. I tripped into that one completely by accident, buddy. Holographic 4 of Hearts. I mean, it's a holograph. I'm gonna buy clearance sale first, though. I'm not a complete buffoon. Just most of one. How's the 3 of a kind look? Absolute garbage. Don't do that. Don't do that either. Yeah, see that money that we're getting at the end of every round just helping pad out the bowl even more. Can't argue with that. I also can't argue with just a free $20 bill sitting in the shop. And by free, I mean I paid 20 bucks for it, but close enough. So this has a chance of being a winner. Yeah, there we go. And it got us a free $6 and 2 more Plutos. So we can just keep leveling up our high card. Because that's what we do with it. Oh boy. Ooh, blueprints. Yes. I'm sorry, Green Joker, you are probably the one that is doing the least for us right now. That blueprint is just looking too helpful for us. Oh, no, we want the order like this. Sorry. My brain was switched off for a second there. None of those really grabbed me, that's all. I probably could have, like, taken the, what were they called? The lucky cards. That might have been a good idea, but oops. It'll be fine, probably. I hope. Yeah, this is just ridiculous. Is this allowed? Am I allowed to do this? And yeah, I'm gonna put the mime over there preemptively. We should be in a good position with these numbers. Yeah. We won't be able to take 4 Plutos at once, sadly, so we'll throw that one out just to get those, like, 2 extra points. And that's no bull. Yeah, plus 626 chips. Oh, that is... We are going places in the world. And I'm pretty sure those places are soon going to be right into a fucking wall, but I digress. Yeah, 1.1 million. We're feeling the heat a little bit, but I think we'll be able to get away with this, hopefully. They say we could play a full house if it wasn't like our worst hand. Oh yeah, sadly we didn't have time to move the mime over, but whatever. Our money output is still huge. Our number of planets, because that's a pretty big deal. I'm just gonna skip. Those aren't necessarily appealing too strongly to me. The Serpent is looking like a pretty easy boss aside from the sheer numbers game involved. Just because, hey, yeah, playing fewer cards benefits me, kind of. Like, wow, neat trick, buddy. We'll drop the Maya Man a little bit early. Because it's not going to completely kill our multiplier, especially not when another one comes in. It probably will, but it's fine. We almost hit 400, which I've hit 400 before in order to unlock. I think the golden ticket is what you unlock for that. But I could be wrong, and if so, well, it happens. All right, Serpent, what do you got for us? You've got me just dumping single cards into this. Now is when I'm gonna do this, and it's a pity the last one didn't show up. Oh well. Now here comes the big bucks. Yeah, we are filthy rich right now. Hey, hieroglyph. I think I'm gonna take that. Cause why not, right? Absolutely. Take the money back. I'm gonna buy the tower because again, we're playing mostly high card at this point. We may as well make it stronger. The devil just creates money for us, basically, so... And these do not really affect much of what I'm looking for, period, but... We'll turn these into bonus cards with the Hierophant, because that's a little bit of gains. Oh boy, it's the arm. All the way at the end of, We'll skip for the negative tag, because I'm feeling that confident in things. Alright, turn that into a 2, or turn that into a stone card. 2, what am I saying? Alright. And immediately drop that on it, and watch those numbers rack up to a very silly extent. 918 is what we're getting from the bowl at this point. That's bizarre, frankly. God, how I wish I had found the crystal ball voucher. Ooh, certificate. That is an interesting thing to get. And yeah, absolutely, we'll double it up. Why not? This is an incredible run. I am astounded. None of these are impressive. I'll take this just to say that I did. Wow, the full house is technically a playable hand at this point. This, however, does not make me happy whatsoever. Do I have, like, pairs I can play? I mean, I can do this and dump a steel card. Unfortunately, I'm also sitting here like, well, shit, is a pair actually going to get me enough points to carry on? And I think it might not. I'll have to just... Yeah, I mean, we have no gold cards in hand, so there's no reason for me to do anything funny with the mime. I just have to hit as hard as I can. Let's leave that alone. We don't need to carry that in our hand, that's for sure. Oh, we're just barely gonna have to do a little bit more work. But that's fine. It's like 100,000 points, so we get it. But really, the thing that's a little sad is that we lose the extra multiplier, or the extra level, rather. So we come out of that a little bruised, but really, why am I complaining? Because A, I get 2 of them back right away, and B, the bull is providing me with 1,000 chips. And C, we can get our hand back with the grabber. Oh boy. So we've got a soul there. The hell would I get rid of for that? Yeah, pretty much, Lurs. How's it going? I think, and this wrenches my guts to say it, but I think the answer is Splash. I don't like to be the one who's like, oh yeah, I gotta sell my Magikarp for 500 Pokebucks. God damn it, Lurs. We were both making a pretty similar joke, because the mime is just too strong right now. The Jolly Joker is a Polychrome. These two obviously don't get us anything. And the bull, I mean, look at that. All right, come on. What do you got for us, game? That's the one we were missing. Holy crap. I am so glad right now. Played Kings and Queens. Each give ×2 mult when scored. Triboulet. Thank you there, Mr. Frenchman. Now you're stuck over there, buddy. All right, so... Oh, geez, yeah, okay. So I'm going to say this is probably the end of the line here. But we're gonna give it our all anyway. But we do get 4 hands against the needle, because... Yes. Because of reasons. I mean, this is definitely the sort of game I would probably keep playing after that, Lurs, because it is quite enjoyable. But, I mean, I sort of know where you're coming from. Yeah, does that need to be further over? I don't think it does. Let's leave that there for now, I guess, though. Yeah, I think we're up shit creek, though, because we're just not making enough points. But we gave it our all, and unfortunately, our all was just not good enough. However, we did unlock the last Joker that I'm missing. There are still some that I haven't purchased. As you can tell, I hadn't gotten Mime until this run. You know, except bits of string. Yeah, exactly. Theoretically, I could have gotten out of this if I had played smarter, but yeah, good luck with that from me. Oh well. Still, not a bad run whatsoever. No, I have never hit the point of E-notation numbers, even though that is a thing. Maybe one day I'll be that good. But for the time being, there we go. It's technically an unlock, but yeah, because I guess now you can possibly find them just in the shops. But I mean, it's there anyway, as long as you just actually roll into it. Yeah, that is definitely like way further in the future. And yeah, there's 2 jokers here that I have not gotten yet, and one of them is the golden ticket, and I can't remember what the other one is. So we'll see those eventually, I'm sure. There's 2 vouchers that I haven't bought. Like, I haven't bought the second reroll voucher, probably because I don't reroll that much, actually. And what's the other? Oh yeah, the paint palette one, because I only got that very recently. Oh, did I not hover over something? Oh, right, because I bought the mime here for the first time, too. Yeah. This is our first time with Mr. Mime in the party. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw you unlocked something in that yellow deck run, and I've forgotten what it was. But I guess it wasn't that, huh? I'm forgetful. Let's take a crack at black deck, red stake. We're probably not going to get anything quite as goofy as that plasma run, but my hope is that we can still do some interesting stuff with this. I mean, we can pull a full house that's probably just barely Rakdos. Yeah, exactly. Hey, we did just barely clear that in one hand, so that's nice. But also we're red stake, so we don't get a ton of cash. Walkie-talkie. I mean, walkie-talkie's alright. Flashcard doesn't really do it for me because, as we said, I don't reroll in the shop that much. I'm a dirty hoarder, and I'm gonna go for this. I'm gonna check the buffoon pack and see if we got any fun stuff. Oh, we got a credit card. Well, you know what? It's never the wrong time to make a mistake. Pity I can't grab both of these because the interaction is quite good. I mean, I could sell the flash card back. Or the walkie-talkie, but that's probably more useful. Yeah, okay, we'll sell that back. Never mind. And we'll do this. All right. As I just immediately walk back an idea that is like, yeah. Yep, I love making poor life decisions. Thanks, Home Alone 2. Diet Cola, and I could make a free double tag. But that's a bit of a risk because I don't know how useful that'll be. Hallucination is gonna, like, not work for me half the time, really. Let's check that Jumbo Buffoon pack. Hey, there's 4 of us, so Lears, there's room for me, you, Brian, and Muldy. Is that mean? It's probably a little mean. Alright, so it's time for half my deck to be debuffed because I forgot this shit was happening. Put that to the front so that way it gets more buffs. As I sit here laughing at my own jokes still. Oh boy. Sometimes I can't believe any of you watch this. I mean, we can get a free $10. Yeah, the others, I mean, enhanced to mult cards, that's not necessarily a bad move. I want the $10. Exactly! It's just like student loan! Oh, jeez. Ugh. Oh, boy. Getting a little close to home there for probably all of us. As often does. Also, I should remember I have Smeared Joker. Because I'm going to forget a lot. Campfire gets a quarter mult for each card sold. Resets when boss blind is defeated. Oh. Jeez. That... What, do I look like I have Perkeo and clones or something, game? Fuck out of here with that bullshit. I could start converting my deck towards hearts. And like turn this entire part of the deck. Yeah, we're gonna turn the entire deck red, basically. Slowly but surely. And just dump right into all of these flushes. And then never pull a Jupiter out of a single booster pack. Because I know how this game is. It's a jerk. Anything good in here? We got a star. That's... star or $10? I'll take the $10. Oh, yeah. It's a mega pack. We get 2 cards from it. Right. I can double my money that will be negative $2 after I buy that if I want to. That's funny. You're real funny, game. I can't be upset. Hey, I didn't even remember to order my hand and it still worked out okay. Nice. Hey, $10 bill in the shop. Nice. That is true. I just have been waiting to see something that grabs me. And I think a lot of time it's just been like... Actually, this is good. This is good because... Remember, we have Smeared Joker, so as long as we're playing red cards, they're getting buffs. So here we'll take these, and we will continue not getting Jupiters. As the game sputters and stutters and tries to come up with a justification for never spawning them in. Gas Giant isn't actually a planet, or, you know, something like that. I don't know why it's that voice, but it's the one that came out of my mouth, so... Going to do this order, I believe, I think. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna want better chokers than this, but we'll get there after I'm done floundering, I suppose. Ah, Wheel of Fortune didn't give me shit. Darn. I shouldn't be surprised, but that won't stop me from being disappointed. just like some guy. Yes, heard you like Earth and Pluto. Skip a negative tag. I'll take a negative Joker. Actually, I think a thing that I would like the most here would be I was gonna say that it would be the hand size up, but my brain was shutting off because I was like, oh yeah, that'll absolutely give me a guaranteed flush every time. No, it just guarantees that I have at least 3 of one suit. Abstract Joker, however, that's pretty solid. Brainstorm copies the ability of the leftmost Joker. Now, this is a little bit rough because if I really want that, I have to make $4 off of the stuff that's in my inventory and go $40 into debt. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't believe that's compatible. And second of all, I can't. Wait, no, I'm not using my brain in terms of like, you know, thinking and stuff here. So let's do that. Yeah, it's incompatible with the credit card, sadly. But it is compatible with the Hanging Chad. I believe they call that combination the butterfly ballot. I'm old because I get that joke. Now that is pretty nice. Shit vapors. We don't have enough to buy this right now. We'll get it later. It's fine. But that would help us out quite a bit. We can just barely afford it, and just barely is good enough for us. It's a shame we can't go deeper into debt. But we can keep doing this, and this is not going to get us the kind of score that we usually want. Yeah, look at how bad our black card hands compared to our red card hands. Max it out. You only live once. If only I could have gotten all the way there. Let's grab, and now we're gonna start getting Jupiters because thanks to that telescope, we can properly identify the stars now, and we know that Jupiter is the one that's up there somewhere. I forget what Jupiter looks like if you look at it through a telescope. Aside from extremely far away. Let's grab that. Yeah, see, this would possibly be nice. It's not a huge deal. We can get our heads back above water with this investment tag. And we could really use the ability to buy more of those space packs, of the celestial packs. So I'm going to do that. I'm sure it'll be fine. I just played that one hand badly. Oh, God. The game really wants me to think it won't be fine. It's alright, I got this. I think. Yeah, see, look at that. When our hand is properly ordered, those numbers light up on fire nicely. All right, well, there we go. We maxed out the credit card. All right. I think we're ready for the house. And I was gonna say, we're also ready to just draw crap, aren't we? Not total crap, but this is less impressive than I'd like. Oh well. It's a starter hand. Just, hey, do you like having discards? Well, I hope not. There we go. There's our massive cash back. And we're buying this first. Although we're definitely going to pick up that wasteful there. Ah, yes. Good old bots. It's because I'm playing a popular game. At least the machines seem to like me. Oh, I can do that without the aid of this robot's link. There's plenty of that out there on the internets. Actually, I'm going to do something here that's a little bit odd. At least at first glance. We're going to turn that Ace of Spades into a King of Hearts. I swear this is a worthwhile use of my resources and not a completely stupid idea, aside from the part where it definitely is. But listen, we like face cards and we like the red suits. It's not the most ridiculous choice I've ever made, just very close. Hey, 19 bucks. None of the rest of these are not grabbing me. We have good enough consistency on flushes that I really do not need the tower. The moon and the world give us the wrong colors for our deck, and judgment is not usable by us. I wish I could take one of these and just sell it for the $1 real quick. Just, you know, immediately hand those junk rares right over to the guy who works behind the case. Unfortunately, no such luck for us. That's not very useful. Turn the King of Clubs into a wild card? Sure, why not? That's a decision, all right. Okay, I'm gonna do something a little wild here, and I'm gonna sell the credit card and buy the greedy Joker. I think that's going to give us the push that we need to be able to deal with a lot of these things, and I think I'm okay for money for now. I think. Although I'm sure that now that I've said that, in like 5 seconds, I'm going to be like, well, I'm fucked. What was I doing? I did think about it, but also I like to keep my face cards, which I know is just like, hey, yeah, here comes the plant, but also I'm sure it'll be fine until it's not. Pity we can't pick up that Celestial pack, but hopefully we'll live. Yeah, see, look at these numbers go. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to one-shot the Violet Vessel, but we're still doing pretty great here. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to push it into the territory where we can do what I just said, but oh well. Yeah, I mean, we're up there, though. I mean, oh, wow. Yeah, this is not going to get super deep into endless mode, but we're going to keep going until we just sort of run afoul of the basics of the game. Ah, not enough for that. Darn. Oh, well. The extra hand sooner is probably better. Ooh, a Mega Spectral pack. This has got to have something interesting. Oh, it does, all right. It's got quite a few interesting things. So, between these three cards, between Aura, Trance, and Cryptid, we're going to completely ignore Hex because, yeah, let's not dynamite 6 Jokers for a Polychrome that will then be kind of useless. But, yeah. One sec here. Yeah, I was torn on that, or give something a blue seal and then double it up. But I think that the play truly is buff this, and then, and by double I mean triple, but I can't count or something. I would have preferred a holograph on it, or even polychrome would probably be a better choice too, but oh well. We'll take what we can get there, and we'll take that for sure. I feel like this is the least money that I've ever had going into endless mode antes, by the way. And this is not a great hand to start with, but we'll go with it. And yeah, just chunk the boss real quick, and now is when we start doing discards. I'm gonna leave the other king as just in case I don't draw another face card. And in case we have to do a second, yeah, see, we had to do another hand for this. Okay, I think it's hieroglyph time. Yeah, let's go for it. I mean, I don't think this would have made it past ante 10 anyway, so truth be told, I just like doing that. What do you mean it's not the best decision? It's fine. Everything will be fine, probably. Except when it's not. Although, this time is not going to be that not. Unfortunately, the part where it's a foolish decision does probably crop up a little bit here by virtue of my relative lack of money. Oh, hi, walkie-talkie, again. And then this is the other thing that makes me a little bit sad, but... Ooh, a flush house. We haven't played one of these the entire game. And it's on about par with our flush, so... I think this should be a one-shot, and we managed to protect our good hand for it. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely amazing. Ooh, observatory. Oh, boy. So what's the over-under on me? Oh, never mind. There is a Jupiter right there. In the form of this guy. Well, now we get to not use that. Because instead, it provides us a passive buff. Thank you, Observatory. You are a very silly card. Truth be told, I'm hoping that saves my bacon a little bit here. In this part of the game, because... yeah, I'm gonna need it. Wow, we actually managed to get a burning hand on the small blind here. I am shocked. Oh, 0 discards. That doesn't make me super happy to see as part of our future. Chuck those 3. Yeah, there we go. Just hoping for something a little bit bigger. In order to get all of our hanging shad combo there. Yeah. And we'll crack this open. Buff our hand again. It's a shame we can't just put those into our consumable slots and we have to use them immediately. But it is, as ever, you know, the rest of that phrase, right? now I just need to draw 3 red cards, and I should be in the clear. I was expecting to get screwed there, actually. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I'm toast, aren't I? And shockingly, no. Now, again, this is pretty much end of the road for us, but... yeah, 7.2 million, that is well outside of our wheelhouse at this point in time. But that's fine, we already finished the run, so... or already beat the boss anyway, so... that's okay. Just dumping 3 at a time here to see if we can get to something a little better. And the answer, unfortunately, is no. Obviously, we're not gonna, like, even get halfway through this. Yeah, but we weren't expecting that much anyway. I was gonna say we rounded out with a flush house, but I was doing my math wrong. So that's fine. But we got up this far. And we had some pretty good stuff going. Not the most powerful run by any means, but hey. I think we knew that already. Alright, so what else sounds like a potentially good time here? Because we've beaten at least one thing with everything. I mean, I could go and show off Gold Stake, which I haven't done before, but I'm sure this will basically just be like, hey, yeah, here's Orange Steak, except there are fewer things worth buying because of rental jokers. Oh well. Let's do a run with the painted deck on Red Steak. Where we get into a... we'll take the reroll. Usually I prefer a setup there where I can just skip both bosses straight to the pillar, which completely defangs it, aside from you have to make 600 points. But even that's not horrible. Straight. That fireworks? For what reason? Alright, give me that bonus money. Foon pack. Ride the bus. Yeah, I mean, that's the one we'd have to take out of those two. Spectral pack, you got anything fun for us? You've got a Hex when we only have one Joker, so the other option is, like, already kind of a little bit weaker. And it's just a red seal for one of our cards. It's a little early for that, so we'll take that. And go into this. We've got 4 clubs in hand. Oh yeah, we're drawing all the black suits here. I gotta remember, don't use all my face cards for, like, any of this stuff. Except... no, that would reset. Right. Okay, never mind. I should probably see about removing those from my deck as soon as possible. Or just replacing them with other things. Without a scoring face card. Okay. Plus 80 chips if played hand contains a flush. Sounds okay, but let's go over to the Arcana pack and proceed to not really get what I'm looking for here so much. Chariot the Jack of Diamonds, I guess. Just because we already don't want to play that, so let's dissuade ourselves further, and I will take the Crafty Joker just to have a little bit more aid going here. I was gonna say, I know I have more cards in the deck, period, game. Come on. Don't be so rude, except for the part where it will anyway. Showman. They appear multiple times. That's not that big of a thing for me, really. Celestial Pack. Hey, wow, Jupiter cards exist this time without the telescope. Nice. Yeah, still some pretty straightforward plays for a little bit here. Aside from we're trying to avoid using our face cards too much. Ooh. Another flush booster. We'll take that. All face cards drawn face down. Well, that makes it quite easy to not think about them. In fact, this should probably be our... Yeah, I was going to say, that's our quick one-shot for sure. Mystic Summit. We don't discard it. I pretty much just take my hands when I can get them at this point. Otherwise, I'd consider... If we had Burglar again, then I'd definitely go for that. Alright, so here's a chance to eliminate a face card. And that will death that away, and we will take the $9. Yeah, we'll take the $9. And I'll take the Mystic Summit because, yeah, just in case it ends up turning into one of those rounds. Marble Joker. Well, we're pretty heavily committed to flushes right now. So that would be an odd choice. Take the Drunkard and... Oh, yeah. 4 Joker slots, right. Oops. Trance. Well... No, I'm gonna Sigil. That's right. Yeah, I'll turn everything to clubs. That's fine. Because we're still working on that flush perspective here. Dusk is probably not going to give us a ton at this point compared to other options. Even if we do drop to the last hand, just because, yeah. These aren't looking super impressive, but I'll take an Earth, because Full House is the other hand I play a lot easily. The Tooth! And nothing but the Incisor. Wait. Well, that's going to put us $4 in debt because the Tooth is kind of a jerk like that. I do almost sort of admire that in a way, though, where it's just like, hey, yeah, actually, this boss drains you that hard by the Hangman. Because, yeah, we'll dump more of our, yeah, that's a little bit scary. And also, admittedly, for something like that, I would just look at that and be like, gee, I would rather have Acrobat right now, but sometimes you can't get, well, sometimes you just can't get much of anything, really. We're riding this bus as hard as we can, folks. I am just gonna blow up face cards. Willy-nilly there. No money for those. I'll pass on Uranus. We're doing so well with the flushes, really. The main thing that would worry me about that would be if we ran into the wall. That would be like running into a wall. Take the grabber. Now, the flint doesn't scare me that much because I don't feel like we've gained a ton of levels for our hands at this point. Yeah, it's level 3. I mean, that's alright. Could be a lot better. It's going pretty alright. We have a very strange build right now, at least on some level. I mean, playing a lot of flushes is kind of normal for me, but we're in such a position where we're disincentivized very heavily from playing face cards, and I'm slowly trying to eliminate those from the deck. Which the game is not giving me a ton of mileage on that, but it's trying, I think. Yeah, we take the tarot card. It's an odd one for sure. We can take $11, or we can take our chances with the Emperor to possibly get ourselves 2 other random tarot cards, and that could be anything. It could even be another Temperance. I'll take that because I don't think the rest of the shop was of great appeal to me. Yeah. Death is nice. Star is less so because we're like very heavily clubs. I'm keeping these as our emergency exits here. We'll do that. This may not give us the instant win that we want, but it did something for us. It did something for us. This is a bit of a good place to be in, I think. Let's see where we end up when we discard these cards. Yeah, we still have another discard. Yeah, if we play the ace, we don't have to ruin our streak because the queen of spades won't score. Game is being real mean right now. Every once in a while, you just sort of catch up to... Oh. We still won. But every once in a while, you do just sort of basically end up catching up to a point where the game is like, by the way, I saw you were relying on this one particular strategy. We're going to cause problems for that now. Let's see how this goes. Moon, that's perfect. The Magician is less useful, but it could do something for us. Alright, what's our full deck? Okay. So we'll reduce the heart because there's more of those, or fewer of those, rather. Just to try to smooth our deck out a little bit. Ooh, yeah, there's Acrobat. If we want to go all in for aiming for that last hand, that would be incredibly scary, but I'm going to go for it. Don't have enough to grab that. Oh, well. Okay. So now things are going to get a little bit weird, because I have to play around this a little bit. Discard those. All right, yeah, that'll do. And yeah, this should set us up for a potentially very strong hand, but we are absolutely, yeah, taking a huge gamble. We should not be doing this. This is a very, very bad idea what I'm doing here. But mostly I'm just doing it for the purposes of, well, a little bit of humor, really. Math teachers. Well. Yeah, it depends on how likely they are to get students who are like, oh, well, when are we ever going to use this in real life? You know, those smarty pantses, right? I mean, there's a 4 of a kind. That's an interesting proposition. Oh God, how many? We have 4 ace of clubs in the deck? I didn't even realize. Right. Yeah, it's just... I mean, listen, I, as somebody who originally was in a very mathy major, which is a very silly sounding phrase, and had been in a lot of math classes, I just remember being around people who were like that a lot, and I'm sure that's the bane of every math teacher's existence too, because they have to, well, they have to deal with that. And yeah, that's certainly true, is that I should probably, like, be sane about this. Okay. That's what I wanted to set up with that particular discard. These... We did get our flush house, so we can get those, in packs if we're lucky. We won't be, but, you know, we could be. It could happen, in theory. Yeah, I mean, that's asking a lot out of... Oh. Okay. We have enough hearts here to play a flush with just hearts, so that's good. As now I have to play around this absolutely clown shoes build that I've gotten here. And admittedly, that only 4 Joker slots does hinder me quite a bit. Oh, yeah. Droll Joker GTFO. That's where the real money is. Working on a new game over screen for Zelda 2. Nice. Yeah, for the randomizer to have some more fun bits there. Discard those. And those. And those. The Joker is Onyx Agate. Played cards with Club Suit give +7 mult when scored. So it's basically just Gluttonous Joker, I think it is, but on like some serious steroids. I guess they kind of wanted a cycle of the 4 suits for uncommon Jokers, and then they kind of ran out of ideas for the club one, because you've got Arrowhead, which is like +50 chips for each spade you play or something when it's scored. The Rough Stone, I think it's called, Rough Gem, pardon me, for diamonds, which gives you $1 for each diamond you score. Bloodstone for hearts, which is a 1 in 2 chance to double your mult on each heart you play. And then Onyx Agate is this. And like I said, it's just kind of like, wait a second. You've already done that. Alright, so now we play a couple of 1 cards here to try and shore our hand size back up. And yeah, because otherwise our hands are just garbage. This is probably where we run out of steam, if anywhere. Oh, never mind. Thank you, Acrobat. This is still such a not smart build. This is my, this is absolutely me just being as much of a goofball as possible, I guess, here. We'll pass on that, and 52.5 grand is a little bit worrying, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah, we're about to walk into the wall here, and we're gonna feel a little bit dumb afterwards. Spades in the deck. We have 4 spades in the deck. I don't feel like that's worth chancing looking for those, but yeah, we'll discard just the 3 cards. And yeah, now we get rid of them. As of course they start coming up immediately afterwards. I haven't seen its animation in Forbidden Memories. I'll be honest, speaking of Forbidden Memories, I did actually think about picking that up as a stream game to fit in with the level of me being a card game streamer. I mean, I play a lot of this. I play all those Battle Network games. We're toast. I think this is the end of the line here, everybody. Unless we take the... If I take the diamond flush, yeah, I'm gonna lose 40 mult. That's a little bit too intense for me. Chariot that and use that as like our prayer here. Yeah, exactly. That was my problem, is that I thought about doing FM, but I was like, okay, it's gonna be a lot of grinding, and how like interesting would that really be for me to play literally the same battle for like hours and hours on end to an audience? You know, people are gonna tap out of that for sure. All right, so I need the game to quit being such a jerk here. Go for it. Hey, we got some money out of it. Is that 20 bucks? That's actually a lot of cash. All right, so just pitch 3 for the moment. Yeah, I feel like as much as I play a lot of games that are grindy, I do try to avoid making that a major part of the stream as a rule. And I worry that something like FM would be a little bit too much for a lot of folks to take. Because otherwise I'd have to do like everything off camera, and then it would be like, hey, yeah, I spent 1 day unlocking the game. Yeah, we walked into that wall. This build was probably a lot of me just being a complete clown the whole time, but it was looking pretty good for a bit. This is kind of what I get for doing that last hand bank thing, but it was fun. So basically, yeah, it was a pretty, yeah. It was rough. Anyway, yeah, FM, Forbidden Memories would probably be a rough sell, because like, hey, yeah, 1 stream, I unlocked the whole game except for going through Final 6. And now I'm going to grind forever to try to get the Meteor Black Dragon drops. Which means that I'd be doing most of that off stream, because, again, who wants to watch literally the same fight for 3 hours for possibly multiple sessions? And then I get to go into the final boss rush, which is a massive RNG fest, which means that there would be a distinct possibility of me having to spend multiple sessions making literally 0 progress, because when you die, you get kicked back to your last save point. If you lose in a duel in FM, there is no save. Well, okay, pardon me. I need to phrase that better, because, yeah, obviously there's a save function, but there's nothing saving you, rather, from that. Anywho, we're going to try something a little different as a bit of mixing up here. But I don't know what. Crystal Ball and 2 Fool. Fury did a black deck run. Let's try Green Stake Anaglyph deck. Because, I mean, Anaglyph already kind of encourages some of my worst tendencies anyway, as, like, skipping and stuff, so... let's at least make this fun, right? Mime. That's coming in a little bit early, but it's free. Maybe we'll be able to get something interesting going here. The family. I really can't use that. That's too unwieldy for me. Credit card? Sure. Sure. Wily Joker. Dr. Wily Joker. Alright. Scary Face. That one might actually do something for us. That's a good question, Mega Man. When we find the energy source, we'll find Dr. Wowie. Wait. I drop into that too often. Yeah, see? I'm glad that, like, anyone's immediately on the same page with me doing that terrible dub Dr. Light. Oh my god. Yeah, and the voice actor stumbles on Mega Man's name. I've heard some stories that, like, the script was not fully translated when it was handed off to the voice actors. And I legitimately don't know where they got the voice actors, because boy, oh boy. That's some comedy, alright. Take the blank. We just... yeah, let's just stack another double tag, because at this point, let's be as funny as possible, almost. And by that, I mean, that's not really as funny as possible, but listen. I probably should be playing this a lot different and, like, aiming more for full houses with face cards and stuff. But I'm pretty sure I've already goofed this one pretty badly and we're gonna have to take a restart. But that's fine. Our initial build here was not quite giving me... yeah, that's fine. I overdid the skips and... I'm not sure that was most, what I was really looking for anyway. So we'll just try to sit here and go, yeah, the grapes were probably sour anyway. Now this is an opener we can agree with, I think. Almost. Finish it off with the smallest score we can. Wow, another 2 consumable. I have to go into the buffoon pack for this. Avoid. Oh god, what? Well, I definitely wouldn't play Star Ocean 5 again. That's for fucking sure. Some of the others are quite good. Star Ocean 5 is a low point for, like, the medium in general, I think. remember seeing a statue. I'm sorry, I said that backwards actually, because what I'm about to say here has nothing to do with the statue. I remember seeing a special edition for it somewhere that was like in this really huge box, and like, okay, yeah, of course it would be, you know, JRPGs. But also, I was like, I'm shocked that considering certain character designs, that there wasn't like just a big statue in it. That apparently this gigantic box really didn't have much extra in it whatsoever. Oh yeah, Space Joker is... Honestly, Space Joker is probably just complete placebo effect, but I like to believe in it. Once in a while, I have gotten it to go. And then, less often, I actually draw hands that are useful with it, right? That's one way to put it, Irene. And no, I was not considering purchasing it if it did have the figure in there. Or was I? I'll never tell. Alright, come on, game. Don't... Oh, it didn't wait to see what I was going to say don't do. Don't do what Donnie Don't does. Wait. We'll take a Sock and Buskin. Yeah. We don't have much else to combo it with right now, unfortunately, but I'm hopeful. Fool doesn't do anything right now. We're gonna do this. We're gonna, I guess, angle our deck towards diamonds for now. Just came up with a Simpsons meme. Nice. I'd like a moment alone with the Wheel of Fortune March. Nice. Ooh, all right. That would be a absolutely buck wild decision to make with this setup, but right, because we're leaning diamonds. Well, clubs are our second strongest suit, so we can turn this around real fast. And I can only look a little bit silly for my efforts instead of incredibly. Ah, who am I kidding? I'll consider it. I'll come back after I get these other things. Like that. That's like one of the most important things I can possibly get, really. And we'll level up our high card because we've been butting up against it a little bit. What is it? It's it. Wait, sorry, that's... Wild carding the turn something with death? I mean, we'd want to turn something into a king of clubs with death. Yeah, we should definitely go for the... do like that. I'll take the crystal ball. I do like the crystal ball. Skip the blind for the polychrome. Oh, yeah, right. We get a bunch of them stacked up. Discard those. Yes, there we go. And that'll proc Blackboard. Which is what I want. Thank you. And maybe the game will start coughing up like Oops All 6 or so. Oh. Well, there's Rocket. There's a better moneymaker than the one that we had, I think. Actually, I'm not so sure about that anymore. High Priestess. Don't really care about Mars too much. We'll take Uranus because that's a fallback hand. And Wheel? Nope. Let's draw on face down. I dearly wish that meant that their, like, suit would be ignored, but eh. Truly, there kinda isn't. Reserve parking. Each face card held in hand has a 1 in 2 chance to give money. Ugh. At this rate, we're just not getting anything for this, so... Plus, it's only all played face cards. I'm okay with sacrificing Sock and Buskin for the moment. Boost fallback. And boost our main hand. Game? Can you please, like... game? Do we need to have words? Thank you. That was starting to bug me a little bit. Not gonna lie. Clever Joker. Plus 80 chips if hand contains a 2 pay. Oh. Not my favorite. But okay. Especially, alright, good. We did get a moon in there, so. Plus, you can take full advantage. Fine, I'll sell the Space Joker. It literally hasn't worked this entire run, so. I think Roundy's onto something. That thing's a load of shit. It's a gag. It's jokes. It is the real Joker is you when you play that thing. Juggler. I thought he had balloons for a second. That wouldn't make sense. But also the way they're drawn just made me think that. I feel like I should look into modding this. I've said this before, but I really want like some of the actual Microsoft Solitaire card backs in here. In particular, I know I've mentioned it before, but that one horrible looking hand one just always kind of speaks to me on some level of just how, like, bizarre it is. Each king held in hand gives 1.5 mult. Telescope, that's quite important, though. Needle. That's probably doable. There was a full house there, so... Truth be told, I really don't think I need to bother fishing for reserved parking triggers very much because we're already getting good money from Rocket and stuff like that. So... Pass on those for now. Play things in a less silly way. It's just a bonus for if we have spades in hand, I guess. Or spade face cards in hand, specifically. We'll sell the Droll Joker. This gives us more multiplier and doesn't care about what hand we play. So if we end up in a really bad position where we have to play a weird junk hand in order to get out alive, we can deal with that. Oh, game, you are just really trying to hurt me, aren't you? This may not win. Because we're losing our blackboard buff here. Come on, prove me wrong. It did not. Oh. Oh, boy. I did even think earlier about dumping blackboard for something that would have a little bit more consistency. But I didn't because I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll always work. It did not always work. And in particular, when I needed to clutch it out the most, the game was just like, yeah, about that. So this will be our last run for the night. And once again, 2 planet cards in the shop, making us buy something. Is there just something up with this deck? I'm thinking Midas Mask is a very bad idea, and it'd be building towards a build that may not show up. But also, the Fortune Teller doesn't do anything for us right now. We'll take it anyway. We'll just have to play a very large amount of tarot cards. We'll just have to, like, take every single one that shows up. And just, you know, fold them up, eat them, make a nice little cardboard sandwich. There's something to that effect, so... I'll show off the booster packs a little bit better in a second once I get to a shop again. Oh no. I understand though. So at every shop, so after you win one of the blinds, you can buy a couple of different booster packs and they will let you pick one of the a certain card of each type. Not shown here. We don't get to see the standard card packs, which just have standard cards, but sometimes they'll have buffs attached to them of various kinds. Or the Arcana pack. We've seen some of the tarot cards already. The Spectral pack is also not here, which uses the, I think they are just called Spectral cards, which have various odd and usually rather swingy effects that I am not looking into a great run here the way this is going. Oh no. We're entering into the boss with no actual buffs. And the only thing we have to show for ourselves are 2 of our Joker slots being taken up by these goofballs. That's right, I want those 5 points for that. Yay. The Joker, yeah, the Chaos the Clown Joker here. Yeah, definitely looks actually like the Joker from Batman. Alright, so yeah, the Mega Standard Pack, like this. You get to choose 2 cards from it, and it gives you the option to choose 5 cards to get playing cards you can choose to add to the deck. Yeah, exactly. It's like, why would you not choose to go in for that? Oh, well. That one enhances our hand. Yeah, the planet cards, you take these and they increase the score for each of your different poker hands. Which one it is depends on which card, which planet card you take. So like Pluto here will upgrade our high card, which is our most basic hand, which is not a bad thing to do because it's a good fallback. And I've seen quite a few runs make that their entire strategy, actually. Which sounds real weird, but it's a shockingly good build. Oh, there is a lot to this game. Hooray! Our fortune teller finally got a boost. We're on the board a little bit. Uh-oh. 1,800. Oh. Can I double skip for this? Am I going to... No, I'm gonna single skip for it. Thankfully, we got out of that first one in a single hand. Yeah, how much does that cost? It gives us $2. Sell that, or sell that reroll. Now, sell the clown and not have anything really to do. Yeah, the to-do list is really good. If you look at the to-do list, the stuff on it it spells out the acronym Joker, which is really funny. I mean, the word Joker is on pretty much all the Jokers, as you'd expect. So, like here, the reserved parking sign, the buy a lot joke ER. Just wonderful little touches like that to the visuals here. And if you look closely at the credit card here, J Joker Jr. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, so here's our boss. Cards that we've played previously on this floor, on this ante, are debuffed, so they don't give us any actual points. It is a wonderful game, and it's one that I would highly recommend to, well, I think most people just in general, really. I play this so much. It is so much fun. And somehow we got away with that in a single hand, and I think that shockingly, the walkie-talkie Joker actually gave us quite a lot. Well, the Devious Joker is not going to do a whole lot for us, but also we have a large amount of money, really, because credit card gives us a $20. Yeah, the Baron looking quite a bit like Ronald McDonald. You're not wrong. Let's buy Overstock. See if this gives us anything else interesting. Shortcut. Ooh, that would have been good with the one I just dumped. Ah, crud. Well, it's fine. I'll deal with it. I'll take Rocket, and that should get us a little bit of money, because we're going to want to watch our funds a little bit here. It can't be helped sometimes. You know, the luck element to all of these kinds of games. It's going to crop up once in a while. And then some. So we're getting some good work going with a lot of these. That fortune teller is still worth only 1 because we have seen almost no tarot card packs except for like that one. But I'm feeling a little bit more confident picking up the Onyx Agate again because that's potentially very strong. Any luck with the wheel? Nope. It's a little rude, but alright, game. Ooh, Black Hole, yes! The very rare Spectral Planet card, which upgrades every poker hand by 1 level. That is a, hey, you don't even have to choose anymore. I appreciate that, game. You made things quite easy for me. Nice. That Onyx chunk already coming in greatly handy. Ooh, banana. Do I want that? Of course I want the banana. I always want the banana. Sell that. Take the banana. And slight pity, this is not a great set of things. I'll take that in case it just accidentally happens to me. Now we come up against the wall. The extra large blind. We have a large goal to make here. So I'm going to bank very hard on going straight for the clubs. We're not even going to try looking for like, oh, well, what do I have the most or the least? No. We're going for what gives us the best boost. That's a very good reason to crack this open. And the moon is excellent to get because that lets us turn a bunch of stuff into clubs. And that's just sort of our main thing right now is keeping our suit in sync. No, not that. 3 negative jokers, that can do pretty decently for us. Sell these shockingly close to a royal flush here, but not this time. Oh well. Ooh, alright. Photograph. The Mad Joker, highly unlikely for that to go off, but it does have a chance, technically. The Photograph, however, is, like, probably always going to give us some buffs. Wow, game, just plop that right in front of me, huh? That's funny. Nice opener is a flush that's completely debuffed by the boss. Real funny, game. Actually, it is kind of funny. But also really mean. How much money are we making from Rocket now? Only $5. I thought we had that for longer. Ooh, the trio. 3 times mult if hand contains a 3 of a kind. So that's incentivizing us to do something a little differently. Probably like full houses more, if possible. I don't think flush house is possible with our current setup. Tragically. Or even a flush with a 3 of a kind in it. But still, again, it gives us another good boost to some fallback hands. It's just not our first choice. What do we have? We do have 3 kings of clubs in here. Oh yeah, flush house is technically possible. Just exceedingly unlikely. Buy that. And we'll buy reroll surplus. Again, we're not likely to use it, but just in case we do. And if we happen to find the thing that cheapens rerolls even further, that isn't in our collection yet, so that's just good to get. Not quite a perfect. Well, darn. That should get us there. Sorry, I clicked to look at the DM. Buy and use. Oh yeah, now I have to reorder my... It's a little bit on that side. That's fixed. Empress. We'll buy that. Buy the Celestial Pack. Yeah, we're still sort of fighting our way uphill a little bit here when it comes to that money thing that I mentioned earlier. But I suppose eventually we will fix that, hopefully. Yeah, see, we can remember to order your cards around, so that way you get your boosts, your multiplier better with Photograph here. Or for other circumstances. Overstock Plus adds yet another item slot to the shop. Go for it. And nothing there. Anything? The Hermit will do nothing for our money. These aren't very impressive to me, but we'll glass this because again, it's in our, theoretically in our strong suit. So it'll go nicely at the end of a combo like this until it doesn't. Oh, nice. Huge chunk of money there. Doesn't hurt that we have a lot of jokers right now, so... Upgrade our high card. Oh yeah, I should probably remember to put the face cards at the end of the set whenever we're doing clubs flushes anyway, because yeah, there's that many. They'll be getting multipliers from the Onyx. This is like the first time I've had to use that part of my brain this time, but yeah, we fixed it. We figured it out, folks. How many times have I played Flush this game? 19? Okay, yeah, so Supernova is doing pretty good. Actually. That's what we like to see. So we can put our one face card all the way at the back there. Yeah, that's a little less perfect, but that should get us out of here. Yep. All right, we're on to Ante 7. And our money situation has improved enough that I can actually dump the credit card. Pick up this hanging shad. Sell those. Sell those. Discard, rather. Wow, look at all the royalty just queuing up for this, huh? Hey, that actually got to trigger this time. Nice. Gluttonous Joker. Are we financially soluble enough for me to justify throwing out the rocket for that? And I believe the answer is going to be yes. But first, I do want to deal with all this. That's Emperor. His tower and his strength. It's like some song. Oh. Just give 2 pair by 3 levels. It's not what I'm looking for. Oh, hum. Let's turn that King of Clubs into an Ace of Clubs. And this should be a pretty good amount of stuff. Yeah, and yet not enough to win this hand. Wow, I'm falling down a little bit here. It's kind of sad, actually. Although I guess it's because my amount of, like, multipliers is quite low. And our banana has gone the way of the banana dodo. Reroll. I guess popcorn will do for a little bit. It's something. It's not an amazing boost, but it should get us over the line in a couple cases. Alright, so we've got our one face card that we want. I was gonna say, we just want to make sure that we want to make this stay possible. Okay. So 60k in one hand. We should have this. I hope. Yeah, okay, that's few. I was quite worried there. Ooh, yeah, we haven't done this yet. Reroll Glut. That makes those rerolls super cheap. If we want them. And admittedly, I am not against them. We're gonna turn that into a wild card. Glass card that's destroyed. We'll buy and use that. Just in case. Flips and shuffles all Joker. So I think we'll be okay with that. That should be our best choice here, I think. Yep, rip our glass card, though. Oh, well. Oh, here we go. There he is, the hero of the story, Cavendish. Cavendish? I don't know the pronunciation that well, but hey. Triple multiplier. Small chance of it self-destructing, but it's quite small of a chance. I think we'll be okay. Hopefully. And before the game really proves me wrong in just a second here. As it loves to do whenever I say anything like, oh yeah, we'll be okay. Yeah, sure. That. And go. Watch these numbers tick up real fast. Yup. That's pretty good, I would say. That's highly unlikely to be a thing game, but thanks for looking out for me. Take the money. I'll take this anyway, too. Why not? Alright, here we go. Our final boss before we win the run. Flips and shuffles all our Joker cards. Hopefully this doesn't cause us any issue, but also, we know where the photograph is. That much is pretty obvious, because it has a smaller sprite. I don't know if that's on purpose or not, by the way. That strikes me as something that could be either... that it could go either way on. Yeah, see, it ultimately didn't end up having a real effect either way. We won. Yep. And flipped over. Yeah, it really didn't change anything, I don't think. So, put that at the end. Put these up at the front just because of reasons. Buy that. Take the crystal ball voucher. Open the Arcana pack. We can death something into the 10. And boost both of those into Molts. Do a couple quick rerolls. And find nothing. Pity that. Alright, so this will get a nice doubling at the end of it, which, yeah, is going to make the points absolutely huge. Take that first. That's not going to help us too much, but we'll take it anyway. We have that kind of money right now. That. We'll hang these two. Their value is quite low. Buy a moon and move forward. Leave that Jack of Spades alone. And go for this. This might get us somewhere. I actually think I need to get more Empress cards. And turn more of my deck into Mults. Because admit I'm leaning pretty heavily on the photograph effect there. But it is doing a lot for me, so maybe that's understandable. In a way that picking Mars there would not be. Reroll. Take another one, why not? Nah. I feel like I can get away with doing that. Alright, go for it. Yeah, see how things providing us with plus 14 with its multiple procs. Discard. Yeah, with the photograph not having anything to eat there, this might be a little rough. It is a little rough, but maybe if we... No, nope. I gambled too much on that. Well, that's a pity, but we did win, so good enough. That's a perfectly fine place for us to run out of steam.